All right, so good morning to everyone. So let's have our quick daily briefing for today. And just a quick market recap on yesterday's data. So first things, we have the economic sentiment for Eurozone for the month of August. So the previous data was 61.2 and forecasted at 60.1. And for the actual data, the economic sentiment for August for Eurozone was 42.7. So the last time they had 42.7, as you can see here on the chart, it was on the November year 2020. And followed by the economic sentiment for Germany as well for the month of August. So the previous data was 63.3 and forecasted at 56.7. And for the actual data, it was 40.4. So same goes with the economic sentiment for Eurozone. To be specific on Germany, the 40.4, the last time they've had this one, it was year 2020 on the November. So overall, the European session data yesterday was actually pretty bad on the Eurozone. So let's take a look on the Euro dollar yesterday on the 15 minutes time frame. So right after the release for economic sentiment for Eurozone and Germany, as you can see here on the screen, the Euro dollar goes down almost 20 pips yesterday. So from 1740 level down to 1720. And for today's economic data, so earlier we have the API weekly crude oil stock. So the previous data is negative 0.879 million. And the release time earlier, 4:30 a.m. And for this weekly crude oil stock, the actual data was negative 0.816 million. But right here, as you can see on the 15 minutes time frame, as of this moment during the Asian session, the price of oil remains steady around the 68 per barrel, or to be exact, 68.30 or 68.32 per barrel. But if you can still remember the past few weeks, the price of oil is on the bearish momentum due to the Delta variant that caused the demand of oil to go down. But the good thing about oil as of this moment, it's currently rebounding towards the 70 per barrel. And also during the Asian session, we have the consumer confidence for Australia for the month of August. So the previous data was 1.5%, and the release time earlier, 8:30 a.m. And for the month of August, the Westpac consumer confidence for Australia is negative 4.4%. But as per checking right after the release, this data did not create any significant move on the Aussie dollar, to be specific. So aside from the consumer confidence and the weekly crude oil stock, during the European session, we have the inflation rate for Germany, yearly basis and monthly basis for the month of July. So later at 2 p.m. Also on the US session, we have the CPI or inflation rate as well for US yearly basis and monthly basis for the month of July, followed by the weekly crude oil inventories. And for our key product for today, we have the euro against the US dollar. So this one, last Monday, the euro dollar was actually goes down around the 1.1708, then made a significant momentum or bounce back around the 1.1720. But if we're going to look this one or this pair on the technical aspect of trading, the euro dollar, if we understand the structure, is already within the oversold territory. But however, there's still no signs of possible correction on the upside for this pair. But for today's support, we can look for 1.1703 and 1.1690, and resistance 1.1737 and 1.1756 respectively. So again, for the European session, we have inflation rate for Germany, yearly basis and monthly basis for the month of July, later at 2 p.m. And 8:30 p.m. during the US session, we have inflation rate for US, yearly basis and monthly basis for the month of July, followed by the crude oil inventories. So overall, in my opinion, some markets, I'm not saying all, but some markets are pretty dead this week due to the post NFP data. So we need to be cautious whenever we trade the market, especially those currencies that is paired by the US dollar. All right, so thank you everyone for joining our daily briefing. Stay safe and have a great day.